$5 super from the real one, Paul Ginder. Throw him some love in the comments section. He said, hashtag FGB. How many yards and touchdowns do you guys think LaPorta gets this year? I'll go with 5 touchdowns, 450 yards. AG?
That's hard to top because that was my number, 5 touchdowns. I go with 456 yards.
You're trying to go one on me, huh? Hey, Dan,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I think he's actually going to be closer to 800 yards receiving and somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 7 touchdowns. Just as much as the Lions like to use those smaller packages, especially to help increase the run around the goal line, I think he's going to be a target that's open quite a lot with his speed and his ability to get yards after the catch, especially if they're going to have to double some of our outsides or Gibbs or whoever it may be. He's going to be stuck in a lot of one-on-one coverage, and I think he's going to win a lot of those matchups.
Oh my God!
What do you think there, Ant-Man? That's pretty high. Can you beat over 800 yards?
No, I can't. And it's nothing against Sam, but I'm a big James Mitchell fan, and I think they are both going to do well this year. I think he's going to get about 400, Sam LaPorta, and I think that is a reason is because Mitchell will probably get similar as well, maybe. I think they're both going to be used a lot in the passing game.
Paul Schultz, hashtag Mike is a real one. Do the Lions deserve a 50 for 50 on how hard it has been to be a Lions fan? Abso-effing-lutely. That is exactly what needs to occur. They need to put all of us on there. The Lions fans that are old, that's been waiting for it 100%. We need that to happen right meow. Get it done. Ryan Gibson, hashtag Motor City Dan Campbell. Just wanted to say thanks for all the hard work you guys do for us viewers. Keep up the good work. Well, shout out to you, Ryan. We really appreciate you for sure. You get comments like that, makes you keep wanting going. Hashtag smash the hole. We always love doing that. If we make playoffs, Dan should join the bald group. Laughing my ass off. Yes, 100%, Dan. You will have to shave your head. AG, you got hair as well. If we make the playoffs, you're all going bald.
Yep. I'll just say that, man. Yep.
We got here. Odds of a new episode of Inside the Den tonight. I have no idea. I don't know when they do it. They do it like there's no time tell. It just drops. Salem Board Moon Rising. F them all. Will Levi be ready for camp? Will he be cut? I'm saying he'll get released with an injury settlement. That's my thoughts. AG?
Yeah, that's y'all got to move on from that. That's dead. That's dead. This is his one shot. We talked about this, last year. Like this guy he's not produced. He's not produced at a high level. He's not produced at a JV level. And as far as being a pro, we didn't want to draft him in the first place. Levi Onwuzurike, he was thought to be the best defensive tackle on that draft. I had a lot of pushback on that when I said he was not. And again, the back, the neck, the bicep, the tricep. This guy is like 2 seconds away from VA disability. So I think that, in all honesty, we might as well part ways with him now. You might as well just get that out your head that he ain't going to make the team.
I agree. Look, guys, it's admirable what he's trying to do, but when you have a fusion, there's no coming back from a fusion. I have a fusion. I know this. I mean, it feels good. It's great. I mean, it took the pain away, but it's fused. It means like your bones are not moving anyway. It's fused together. They literally screw them together. So that's how it works. Hashtag Spoony Tank. The Lions are ridiculously deep and going to wear opponents right out. Never-ending supply of grit, busting people in the face to the last whistle. Dan, I agree.
I mean, we've got depth everywhere, it seems. I think all of us could probably agree going to the draft, the biggest weak spot we probably had depth-wise at was going to be defensive tackle and quarterback. But both those spots have been addressed. Could we shore up defensive tackle a little bit more? Sure, but they're really, for the first time in probably since the early to mid-'90s, there's no obvious holes on this team, and there's quite a lot of playmakers. And you think about just the linebackers, the edge rushers, et cetera, that we can throw at opposing teams. Offensive linemen, if some team ever runs into a situation where they get a little fatigued or tired or gassed, it's going to be open season on that opposing quarterback and running back.
There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. Army Cadence right there. AG shaking his head. He knows this. Hashtag Lions. When will Lions sign DeAndre Hopkins? Ant-Man, when are they going to sign this guy?
Never. Not that I wouldn't take it if it was done, but I just don't think that they will. I mean, you're getting JMO back after 6 weeks. You're pretty deep there now. You've got a lot of guys in. I just don't think it's something they're going to do. Like, as I've said on occasion before, we do have money spare, but I would rather wait up until the trade deadline and start buying people then, because you're going to get better, well, not better quality players, but you're going to get players who are going to be here for longer term in the future, because I don't think Hop is going to be here long term.
I got tired.
You want to keep trying to build for the future. For me, anyhow, you want to try and build long term. So, yeah, I'd save it for the trade deadline.
61 likes. Let's get to 70 likes. 9 away. Again, we get to 100. We will do an ultra combo. Go ahead, AG.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I was saying that y'all got tired, huh? Y'all got tired of every year there's a free agent or there's someone that's getting cut. Every summer there's someone, N'Keal Harry. We need to get yeah, we need y'all got tired of all this everybody get cut. We gotta go get them. We have to get them. Diamond Cook get cut. Y'all, we're staying put because y'all been proven wrong the last 3 years. Johnny Jack get cut. We got to go get him. Teddy Bridgewater get cut. We got to go get him. We got to go get everybody. We got to go get Grandma from across the street because she just left the Myers. She just left. We go pick her up and bring her over here to Walmart.
She throw them bows.
Yeah, y'all got tired of predicting. We go get this new free agent.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, like, I've been saying this for a while, and I don't know Dan's thoughts on this, but I don't see them doing it. I mean, we got so many weapons right now. There's just so many balls to go around. You got now LaPorta in the mix, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Khalif Raymond, Josh Reynolds, Marvin Jones Jr., Jared Goff can't throw it to, like, everybody. And then you're going to run the football with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Would he make the team better talent-wise for the depth at wide receiver? Yes, but is it really going to make a difference? I think if you're going to get somebody, maybe an interior defensive lineman would be something that you want to do, something that's actually going to be used a little bit more. That's just my thoughts on it. Dan, what's your thoughts?
I'm pretty much with you. I mean, Hopkins, I wouldn't complain if we got him, but the other part is you slowed down the progression of some of the younger players that are going to be here for the foreseeable future. Hopkins, I think if we went after him and got him, he'd be here 1 year and that's it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm with you. I'd be more inclined to go for somebody on the defensive line because I think if we do have a shortcoming, there's depth there at defensive tackle. There's just not a ton of depth there. So it just comes down to, Hopkins, if he wants to come here on the cheap for a year, sure, but would I be trying to throw him into being the number 1 or number 2 right off the bat? I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
I'm still waiting for my Jalen Ramsey jersey because they told me I was crazy when Jalen Ramsey wasn't coming here.
I got crucified because I didn't want Jalen Ramsey. I got crucified. I don't know football. We get Cameron Sutton, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who I said we'd get, Emmanuel Mosley. Secondary looks sticky. By the way, that's been taken in minicamp. It is looking really damn good, and they're competing against each other. Kirby Joseph getting loud. The addition of C.J. Gardner-Johnson is so immense towards what's taking place in the verbal actions of the secondary and the cohesive unit and now building confidence and showing swag. This is amazing. Watching him change these players, because you're now Jerry Jacobs getting into it. I mean, these guys are getting swag. AG, they're getting swag from it.
Yeah. It's just nice to see that confidence. I was laughed out the park. Some guest here laughed me out the park about Hamilton and all these other safeties, and I said Kirby Joseph is the best safety in the draft. And then I was laughed out of town. And then when they drafted him, I'm the man. And then they forget it. And, but I will say that the addition of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, him being that joker position, him being that individual that you can put in the slot. You could have him blitz. He's doing the same thing schematically that he did for New Orleans. He's doing the same thing schematically that he did for Florida. He's doing the same thing schematically that he did for every team he was on, including Philadelphia, where he can play high, he can play low, he can play the slot, he can play inside, outside. And he is that piece that elevates everybody. But not only that, he's infusing that swag, that hunger. I believe he's younger than 26 as well. That swag, that hunger, and that energy that he naturally has, he's infusing that onto the youth. Kirby Joseph already had that type of energy. He already had that coming out. He already had a vocal type of way. But you see, it comes from Jerry Jacobs. It's now getting more apparent that this defense, this defensive secondary, is filling themselves, and they can. They're stopping. When they get stops, they're stopping an offense that ranked third. That has to be in the back of their mind. And we seen it on Hard Knocks. They was getting ate alive. Drip drip AG drip drip. They was like a leaky faucet. And now, after all the speeches are done, now we see them actually rising to the occasion and doing the work that we pay them to do.
And I can't wait to watch it on Sundays. They're going to disrupt the hell out of teams, and I think turnovers is going to be awesome to watch this year. David Barnett / #defense. Who do we have on defense that can keep up with Williams, Gibbs, and Raymond? And I love that you put Raymond in there, because Khalif Raymond to me is the forgotten gem that just continues to produce every freaking Sunday. I talk about him a lot because this guy gets open, he's fast, and he catches every damn thing, and he's good at punt returns as well. He is a difference maker that nobody talks about. Ant-Man, what is your, who can keep up with these guys, especially on Sundays when we're going against other teams?
Well, who do we have? I mean, most of our secondary, the ones that have come in, they've can run 4.3s and 4.4s. So, I think, Gardner Johnson, he's lightning quick. But, yeah, for the most part, if you go in opposition, then you're going to struggle to have guys who can keep up with all three of them in one go. So, yeah, this is just what's going to make it so good. It's just so varied. You've got everything you want in there in terms of speed, technical know-how. This defense has a little bit of everything. And you've even got a deep threat if you want to bring Antoine Green in as well whilst JMO's out. So, yeah, I think a lot of DCs are going to have nightmares against us if you're trying to prep for them, trying to adjust in-game to them. You saw it last year. Just some teams just simply could not live with us. And I think it's going to be exactly the same this year because we've fixed, if there were any holes on the offense, we've just got better. So, and not many people will be able to live with them.
Let's talk a little bit about Leaf. I love this guy. Do #Leaf in the comments section, Dan. This guy is so underrated, but he produces every freaking Sunday. Why is he always forgotten about? Khalif Raymond, the little guy who just does it all.
I think it's just because you just nailed it on the head. Oh, did you say AG? Sorry. I thought you said Dan.
No.
Dan, go ahead, and then AG take over after.
Just because of his size, I think. You've got other names around him, and unfortunately, small guys get looked at in the NFL like, they're just here for a little bit. But Khalif Raymond's proven himself time and time again. He's beat people down the sidelines. He's done great things on punt and kickoff returns. There's just, other than his physical size, there's just no downside to him. And I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, he's a playmaker.
AG.
Yeah, well, of course I didn't see it up close and personal, but I had to rewatch some of the games. If you look back at the season, he was open a lot. When you have a subpar quarterback that can't throw 20 to 25 yards deep, when you have that, you kind of get, bottled up. You kind of have to, hold the slants in. You can't go on your 9 routes or your 7 routes anymore. You have to, get those 5-yard routes and 5-yard. He's getting looked over because of subpar play of his quarterback, because his quarterback can't throw deep. Now, however, I think that, Khalif Raymond, the real viewers like yourself and myself, the real people who analyze the game and understand the game, we see him get open consistently, We see JMO get open. We see guys down the field get open, and, we'll settle for that 8-yard, that 8-yard curl on the outside. We'll settle for it because we're moving the sticks. hopefully that changes in the next, in the next 5 months, 6 months, and we can start blowing the top off the defense. And I'm not saying there's a practical application for an 80-yard throw every play, or every offensive opportunity is an 80-yard play. I'm just saying when those opportunities are there, they should be taken advantage of. And Khalif Raymond is going to be the best scheme fill in for Jamison Williams, because he has that ability, and he has that that it factor and the speed. So, I'm just hoping that he gets his opportunity to show his deep speed, and so he can get paid. I think he deserves another contract here in Detroit.
Absolutely, you should. This dude catches everything.